all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining His Holiness Chandramouli Swami Maharaj's daily class. Today Maharaj is not available, he's traveling. So we are going to continue with Srimad Bhagavatam study of second canto, 7th chapter and verse number 8, and we are seeing about the incarnations of the Lord. And today we are very happy to have Mataji on the call, Sridevi Mataji, Her Grace Sridevi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your time and association for all of us, Mataji. Of course, we get your association every day, but when you give class, it is special. Thank you so much. Please take over, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I made you co-host.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Please accept my humble obeisances, my dear Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to our wonderful Guru Maharaj. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. It is a great honor, it's a great privilege, and it is my service to give this Srimad Bhagavatam class as instructed by Guru Maharaj. But I humbly beg for your merciful blessings, for your prayers, for your well wishes, for your good wishes, that I, by your empowerment, am able to do justice to this seva that has been given to me today. It's always wonderful to hear from Guru Maharaj, nothing like that. But once in a while, when Guru Maharaj travels, he doesn't like the class to be stopped. So therefore, I am the spare tire, so to speak. So I know you have to put up with me, but I will try to do my best. Thank you so much. So I will share the screen because we are on 278. And this is a very interesting verse. It's about Dhruva Maharaj. And little Dhruva and little Prahlad, these two pastimes, Lord Chaitanya loved to hear again and again and again and again. In fact, he would say to Gadadhar Pandit, read it again, read it again. And this would go on for 100 times because Lord was so enchanted that these two little boys, they were both only 5 years old, and they attained the supreme mercy of the Lord. So what to speak of us? Of course, these are Mahabhagavats, these are very great personalities, but it goes to show that even a little 5-year-old can attain the supreme grace of the Lord. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see the verse. Did I do? Yeah, you are screen share. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashta Praeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So this is very wonderful to hear, to read Srimad Bhagavatam, to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Amala Puran. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10 topics are discussed. They are as follows: Sarga, which is creation; Visarga, which is sub-creation; Sthanam, which is planetary system; Poshanam, which is protection of the Lord. Then fifth one is Utaya, or the creative impetus. Sixth is Manvantareshu, that means change of the Manvantaras. Then we have Ishanukatha, which means the science of God. Then we have Nirodha, which is going back home, back to Godhead. Mukti, which is liberation. And finally, Sumambonam, which is Ashray, shelter. So these topics are there throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam in different cantos. The third and the fourth canto are likened to the thighs of the Lord. It is said that Canto 1 and Canto 2 are the lotus feet of the Lord. 3 and 4 are the thighs of the Lord, the legs basically. The fifth is the navel. Sixth is the chest. Seventh and eighth are his arms. Ninth is his throat. 10th is his beautiful smiling face. 11th is his forehead. And 12th is his head. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Here we go. So 2, 7, 8 again. विदासपत्न्युदिता पत्रिभिरन्तिराज्ञो बालोऽपि सन् उपगतस्तपसेवनानि तस्मा अदा ध्रुवगतिं गृह्णते प्रसन्नो दिव्यास्तुवन्ति मुनयो यद् उपर्यभ्यस्तात्. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Being insulted by sharp words spoken by the co-wife of the king, even in his presence, Prince Dhruva, though only a boy, took to severe penances in the forest. And the Lord, being satisfied by his prayer, awarded him the Dhruva planet, which is worshipped by great sages both upward and downward. Purport. When he was only 5 years old, Prince Dhruva, a great devotee and the son of Maharaj Uttanapad, was sitting on the lap of his father. His stepmother did not like the king's patting her stepson, so she dragged him out, saying he could not claim to sit on the lap of the king because he was not born out of her womb. The little boy felt insulted by the act of his stepmother. Nor did his father make any protest, for he was too attached to his second wife. After this incident, Prince Dhruva went to his own mother and complained. His real mother also could not take any step against this insulting behavior, and so she wept. The boy inquired from his mother how he could sit on the royal throne of his father, and the poor queen replied that only the Lord could help him. The boy inquired where the Lord could be seen, and the queen replied that it is said that the Lord is sometimes seen by great sages in the dense forest. The child prince decided to go into the forest to perform severe penances in order to achieve his objective. Prince Dhruva performed a stringent type of penance under the instruction of his spiritual master Sri Narad Muni, who was specifically deputed for this purpose by the personality of Godhead. Prince Dhruva was initiated by Narad into chanting the hymn composed of 18 letters, namely Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And the Lord Vasudev incarnated himself as Prishni Garbha, the personality of Godhead with 4 hands, and avoided the prince a specific planet above the 7 stars. Prince Dhruva, after achieving success in his undertaking, saw the Lord face to face, and he was satisfied that all his needs were fulfilled. The planet awarded to Prince Dhruva Maharaj is a fixed Vaikuntha planet installed in the material atmosphere by the will of the Supreme Lord Vasudev. This planet, although within the material world, will not be annihilated at the time of devastation, but will remain fixed in its place. And because it is a Vaikuntha planet, never to be annihilated, it is worshipped even by the denizens of the 7 stars situated below the Dhruva planet, as well as by the planets which are even above the Dhruva planet. Maharishi Bhrigu's planet is situated above the Dhruva planet. So, the Lord incarnated himself as Prishni Garbha, just to satisfy a pure devotee of the Lord. And Prince Dhruva achieved this perfection simply by chanting the hymn mentioned above, after being initiated by another pure devotee, Narad. A serious personality can thus achieve the highest perfection of meeting the Lord and attain his objective simply by being guided by a pure devotee who automatically approaches by dint of one's serious determination to meet the Lord by all means. The description of Prince Dhruva's activities can be read in detail in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Chandrabauli Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Srinivadi Pashatya Desha Tarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this is a very beautiful pastime. Prince Dhruva, who is he? He is the son of King Uttanapad. And who is King Uttanapad? He is the son of Swayambhuva Manu. Priyavrata and Uttanapad were the two sons of Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. And who is Swayambhuva Manu? He is the son of Brahma. So his great grandfather is Brahmaji. So Prince Dhruva comes from a very, very exalted lineage. So as a little boy, as little children do, he was trying to climb onto the lap of his father out of affection. And the king, who had his other little son on his lap, called, what was his name now? I forget his name. Uttama, I think. Yeah. He was patting his other son. And so Prince Dhruva also wanted to climb on his lap. But then Suruchi, the mother of this other prince, said, "You cannot climb onto his lap because you're not born from my womb. If you want to be born from my womb, you have to perform severe penances, please the Lord, then you will take birth in my womb and then you can sit on your father's lap." And the king did not say anything. He didn't say a word while the queen dragged him away from his father. Now, Dhruva is a Kshatriya prince. He was heavily insulted by this cruel act of his stepmother, and he went running to his real mother, Suniti. And weeping, he told her what had happened. His real mother also felt very sad about it because she was not very favored. She told him that he does not even, recognize me as a maidservant, what to speak of his wife. And so you are a very unfortunate son of an unfortunate woman. But what she has said is true. And she cautions him, "My dear son, do not wish anything inauspicious or evil for others, because whatever pain we try to inflict on others, that comes back to us." This is a very important instruction. Let's go to that. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Chapter. Yeah, this is the one. Dhruva Maharaj leaves for the forest because he feels so insulted. But okay, let me go down to that particular verse, okay? Then you will see. Yeah. Can you see verse number 15?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Yeah. When Dhruva Maharaj reached his mother, his lips were trembling in anger and he was crying very grievously. Queen Suniti immediately lifted her son onto her lap, while the palace residents, who had heard all the harsh words of Suruchi, related everything in detail. Thus she also became very aggrieved. Then at verse 17, she was breathing very heavily. She did not know the factual remedy. Not finding any remedy, she said to her son, "My dear son, don't wish for anything inauspicious for others. Anyone who inflicts pain upon others suffers himself from that pain." Then she says, "Whatever has been spoken by Suruchi is so, because the king, your father, does not consider me his wife or even his maidservant. He feels ashamed to accept me. Therefore, it is a fact you have taken birth from the womb of an unfortunate woman and you have grown up that way. So whatever your stepmother has said, very harsh to hear, is factual. So you should immediately execute her instructions. Without further delay, engage yourself in worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord. He is so great that simply by worshipping his lotus feet, your great-grandfather, Lord Brahma, acquired the necessary qualifications to create this universe. Although he is unborn and chief of all excuse me, living creatures, he is situated in an exalted post because of the mercy of the Lord. So, she says, your grandfather, Swayambhuva Manu, executed great sacrifices and he satisfied the Supreme Lord. And therefore, he achieved great success and material happiness. So by giving all these examples, she says, you take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is very kind to his devotees. People seeking liberation from the cycle of birth and death always take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Becoming purified by executing your allotted occupation, just situate the Supreme Personality of Godhead in your heart without deviating for a moment. Engage always in his service. And she goes on to say, other than the Supreme Lord, I do not find anyone who can mitigate your distress. This is very, very important to understand that in all situations, go to Krishna. Sometimes even devotees, they get carried away. They think, oh, Krishna, he never gives me anything I want. Maybe I should worship the demigods. Maybe I should worship, Shiva. Or maybe I should worship Ganesh. At least I'll get my material desires fulfilled. At least I'll get a good bank balance. I'll get a nice house. I'll get a nice wife. I'll get a nice child, etc., etc., etc. But in actuality, those rewards by the demigods for demigod worship comes from whom? Comes from Krishna. If Krishna doesn't sanction, nobody can do anything. Therefore, in all circumstances, akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaridi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whether one desires liberation, one does not desire liberation, whether one is full of material desire, by all means, one must worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Hari. Now, Prince Dhruva is extremely insulted, but on inquiring from his mother, where is the Lord to be found, she says that sometimes seen by great sages in a dense forest, so you must go there. So he says, all right, I'm going. And he rushes off into the forest because he wants to find God. And this time, when he sees God, what is his desire? I will ask for a kingdom greater than my great-grandfather. He wants to get that benediction from the Lord. So he goes with a material desire, please note, okay? But Supreme Lord knows everything, what his devotee desires, what he wants, etc. And he sends Narad Muni into the forest to go and test Dhruva Maharaj. So what does Narad Muni do? Narad Muni says, you're just a little boy. This is all very severe penances that you're undertaking. It's time for you to play. Go back home. When you grow up, you can come back. One should be satisfied with whatever one gets, etc. So Dhruva Maharaj says, all this may work for a Brahmin, but I'm a Kshatriya prince. So if you can tell me some honest means by which I can attain my goal, please tell me that. So he's very straightforward. Says, please help me if you can, but I don't want to hear all this. So then Narad Muni is seeing how resolute is the little child because he is a spiritual master. Then he tells him, all right, you perform penance and you keep uttering this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And as you keep performing this penance of austere living in the forest and keep meditating on the Supreme Lord, you will achieve your goal and objective. So Dhruva Maharaj takes that very seriously. He lives on the bank of a river and progressively he increases his austerities. First he lives on fruits, roots, berries. Then he eats only leaves. Then he lives only on air. Finally he says even that is too much sense gratification to even breathe. So he stops his breathing. That severe penance he is performing. Now when this happens, he becomes so powerful that all the potency of the Supreme Lord almost is in him because he is meditating with complete absorption on the Lord. And when he stops breathing, he stops the universal breathing. So all the demigods are getting suffocated. And they go running to the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord says, yes, I will go and award him his desires, don't worry. And the Lord appears in that forest. Dhruva Maharaj is so deep in meditation, he's seeing the Lord in his heart. But suddenly that meditation breaks, he can no longer see his Lord. And he opens his eyes, where's my Lord gone? And the Lord is in front of him. And he says, my dear Dhruva, what do you desire? At that time, Dhruva Maharaj is so overcome by the beauty of the Lord, by his smiling face, by his beautiful appearance. You know, he comes as Prishni Garbha, four-handed form of the Lord. He's described very beautifully. Let me see if I can pull up that. It's a very beautiful verse. So let me share that with you, okay? Mhm. Okay, we'll just read a little bit. Dhruva Maharaj, king's son, kept himself steadily standing on one leg. The pressure of his big toe pushed down half the earth, just as an elephant being carried on a boat rocks the boat right and left with his every step. Then he became practically one in heaviness with Lord Vishnu, the total consciousness, due to his fully concentrating and closing all the holes of his body. The total universal breathing became choked up, and all the great demigods fell suffocated and took shelter of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so the Supreme Lord says, do not be perturbed, I am going. Okay, let's see. When Dhruva Maharaj saw his lord just in front of him, he was greatly agitated and offered him obeisances and respect. He fell flat before him like a rod and became absorbed in love of God. In ecstasy, he looked at the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arms. This is how much he felt moved just by the appearance of the Lord. And then Dhruva Maharaj, ultimately, the Lord gives him. He says, not only a planet, I'm giving you a planet which will never be annihilated even at the end of this material creation. It will continue to stay. That is the pole star. That is why we call it the North Star. All the ships and sailors, they navigate by this because it is fixed. It doesn't move. In the sky, that position is fixed. All the other planets rotate, move, but the Dhruva planet or the pole star is fixed in its place and it is not annihilated. But Dhruva Maharaj, after seeing the Lord, he says something very interesting. He says, I ask for bits of broken glass when all I need is you and your loving service, my Lord. So see how no material benediction can actually satisfy the heart because we are spiritual, nothing material can satisfy us. Only the spiritual can satisfy the spiritual. And because we are spirit souls, we will never be happy in the material energy. We can only be happy in the spiritual energy. And Dhruva Maharaj's story is a manifestation of that. He does approach the Lord with material desires, but in the end, he submits to the Lord as a devotee. And the Lord is so merciful to Dhruva. He says, not only your planet will be fixed, it will never be annihilated, and other planets will be worshipping this planet because of the purity of Dhruva Maharaj and his tremendous sacrifice, his tremendous penance. One pointed aim, I must see the Lord. I must see the Lord. I must attain the Lord's mercy. I must achieve my desire. This is called Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushaka hi anantascha vyavasayinam buddhinam. Correct? Let me see. Bhagavad Gita 2:44. Oh, beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of one who is resolute is one-pointed and their aim is one. But the intelligence of one who is irresolute is many-branched. Okay, let me go to Bhagavad Gita 241, I believe. Now I'm doing the screen sharing also because our dear God sister is a little busy. And so please bear with me because I'm doing the screen share. Yeah, here we go. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kuru nandana bahushaka hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. I said it vyavasayinam buddhayo. So it is buddhayo vyavasayinam. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. Oh, beloved child of the Gurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. And this purport is wonderful. So just listen up. A strong faith that by Krishna consciousness one will be elevated to the highest perfection of life is called Vyavasayatmika intelligence. The Chaitanya Charitamrita states, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kahe Sudrida Nishchaya, Krishna Bhakti Kaila Sarva Karma Krita Haya. Faith means unflinching trust in something sublime. When one is engaged in the duties of Krishna consciousness, he need not act in relationship to the material world with obligations to family, traditions, humanity, or nationality. Fruitive activities are the engagements of one's reactions from past good or bad deeds. When one is awake in Krishna consciousness, he need no longer endeavor for good results because all activities are on the absolute plane. So this is the great beauty, wonder, and benediction of engaging in Krishna conscious activities because there is no karma. It is our karma. We will not have to come back again to reap the results of either good or bad deeds because everything done in Krishna consciousness is on the spiritual platform. Haribol! So it disentangles us from the cycle of repeated birth and death and gradually brings us more and more and more to our pure consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness, wherein we know Jivera Swarup Hoy Nityera Krishna Das. I am nothing but your servant, my Lord, and all I desire is to come back to my original position as your loving servitor. So Dhruva Maharaj achieved that position simply by dint of his penances, austerities, and sacrifice of chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. What is our penance? What is our austerity? What is our sacrifice? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj says, in Kali Yuga, chanting the 16 rounds of the Maha Mantra is equal to standing on one leg and doing penance of the olden days. Because in Kali, we are so fallen, we are so distracted, we are so weak, we are so irresolute. Our intelligence is many branched. We have so many distractions that to simply be focused on chanting the holy name and engaging in devotional service itself is a big austerity. So don't worry. You may think, oh, maybe I should stand on one leg under the hot sun and chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Maybe that will be better for me. No, Krishna is saying, you chant Hare Krishna. Lord Chaitanya, who is most merciful, most magnanimous, most beneficent, most compassionate, most charitable, most liberal, most benevolent, most generous, the kindest, the most giving, the most forgiving, the most loving Lord Chaitanya, he doesn't ask for anything. And regardless of our qualifications, regardless of whether we deserve it or not, whether we are Mahapapi, which means a big sinner or a big saint or something in between, he just says, chant Hare Krishna, make your life successful. Because in this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he has given himself. The name, my dear spirit souls, is non-different from Krishna. Non-different from Krishna. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna, we are associating with Krishna. And Krishna has invested all his transcendental energies in his holy name. Nam akari bahuda nija sarva shakti startar pita niyamita smarane na kalaha etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaiva midrisham iha janina anuragaha. Oh my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions, and thus you have hundreds and millions of transcendental names, such as Krishna and Govinda, in which you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are no hard and fast rules for chanting, "Oh my Lord, you are, oh my Lord, you are so merciful that you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate, for I have no attraction for them." This is a real problem. This is a real problem because the holy name is all powerful. Non-different from Krishna. Golokera prema dhan, Harinam Sankirtan. So we want to increase our attraction for the holy name. We want to purify our chanting and move from Nam Aprad to Namabhas to Shuddhanam. So we must be in a hurry to move out of Nam Aprad. Nam Aprad happens because we are distracted, we are lazy, we are, indifferent. So we must hear more about the holy name. We must associate with those who take the holy name to be the foremost, such as our wonderful Guru Maharaj. And simply by understanding the whole process of Krishna consciousness, we will make chanting the foremost, the most important activity and the continuous activity in our day and make our life successful. So thank you very much for listening so patiently. I hope I have covered all the points. You can always, if you have some questions, comments, we can open up for discussion. My humble obeisances to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. Such wonderfully explained Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. Yeah, dear devotees, questions, comments, please go ahead. And we see Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu is already raised his hand. Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Srila. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. All glories to you.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. All glories to the wonderful Vaishnavas of this Hare Krishna movement. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, in this age, Krishna incarnates in 4 forms. He incarnates as Krishna, as Tulsi, as Ganga, and as the Vaishnavas. So see how dear Krishna, Vaishnavas are a form of Krishna. So my humble obeisances to you, Krishna Kaviraj. Prabhu.
Also, the holy names. Also,
Sorry.
as the holy names.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Say that again.
He's here as the holy names.
I just hear the holy names. What is the first part?
Krishna is here as the holy names.
Right. Krishna. Yes. And the holy name. Yes, absolutely.
When you were speaking, you said that a devotee needs to have, in order to attain the ultimate success, a devotee needs to have serious determination. You were talking about obviously we cannot go to the forest and we cannot do all of the austerities that Dhruva Maharaj did. So what counts? What is in that bracket as serious determination for us?
Right. Yeah. So as I said, in this age of Kali, we are very fallen. We are very weak. We don't have the physical strength also. We don't have mental strength. We don't have spiritual strength. We are pretty much, very, very if you look at people in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, even Dwapar Yuga, what are we compared to great devotees like Arjuna, Yudhishthir Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, we don't have the qualifications. So therefore, Krishna has made it very easy. But even though he has made it very easy, if we are not determined, we will get easily deterred by Maya's tricks. It'll be very easy. So therefore, to understand who we are, who is Krishna, what am I doing over here in this material world, which is my real home, what is my actual position, then we understand the seriousness of Krishna consciousness and we become determined to regain what we have lost. Once you understand you're a prisoner, because we are imprisoned in these material bodies, in these material worlds, because we are so limited here. In our spirit self, we can love Krishna unlimitedly. We can serve Krishna unlimitedly. We can have a varieties of services, and all that increases unlimitedly, giving unlimited joy. And to be in the spiritual world is, which is our home, where every step is a dance, every word is a song, every day is a festival. The joy of loving Krishna is ever increasing. Just think, we were there and we lost all that and came here because we wanted to be Krishna. I want to lord it over material nature. I want to be the controller. I want to be the enjoyer. I want to be the proprietor. Hey, you're none of those things. You're only servant of Krishna. You means you, me, everyone. We are only a servant. So when we finally understand, oh my gosh, what did I lose by doing all this nonsense? Then we want to go back to Krishna. We want to come back to the spiritual world. We want to regain our loving relationship with Krishna. That makes us more and more serious and more determined. And then as we journey in Krishna consciousness and we see how loving Krishna is, how faithfully he keeps his word to his devotee, because Krishna says, I never break my promise to my devotee. And whatever promise he gives that he will protect us, he keeps that promise. And we see that in our Krishna consciousness. Then we fall more and more in love with Krishna. And we say, Krishna, you are everything for me. I want to go back to you because there is no one else, there's nothing else except you. Then we become very serious, we become very determined because we realize there is nothing on this earth, nothing else which will give me complete happiness other than Krishna. When one is convinced about this 100%, then one goes full steam ahead without any doubts, without any qualms, without any question that that is the goal. What is success in Krishna consciousness? It is seeing Krishna face to face. And we can have that. We can have that. Provided we are determined, we are focused, we are sincere, and we practice the process patiently with enthusiasm, with determination, and with patience. Utsa dhairyat nischaya. One day the goal will be reached. It'll take maybe lifetime, doesn't matter. I will wait, but I know I'm on the right road. Maybe I'll plod along like a little, snail. That's all right, but at least I'm on the right track. So that determination comes when we realize, I don't belong here. I'm a fish, like a fish out of water here. Everything causes so much grief, so much pain, so much. I mean, it's one endless problematic situation after another, isn't it? We've just got so entangled here in this material world. One thing after another. It goes on and on and on and on. So, how do we disentangle ourselves? By engaging in Krishna consciousness. Is that helpful?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Look at Janakinath. Look at how he did it. I know you're very close to Janakinath, and I know that you, pray to him and you think of him often, and you are very inspired by him. Look at Janakinath. How did he do it? He was very sincere. He was very determined, and he achieved the goal. Hey, we need to follow in his footsteps. You agree?
I can try with your mercy.
With Guru Maharaj's mercy and the mercy of all the wonderful Vaishnavas, especially Janakinath. He was a very loving God brother. And I'm very sure he's praying for all of us to come back. Is that all
And
right?
that's more than all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Very nice question. And now we have Shilpesh Prabhu. Shilpesh asked the most, my gosh, thought-provoking questions. It just makes, I was like, wow, how did he think of that? Please go ahead, Shilpesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Sridevi Ma. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. All glories to the assembled Vaishnavas.
Please accept mine, Shilpesh Prabhu. All glories to Prabhupada. All glories to Gurudev. All glories to all the Vaishnavas. Hari
Thank
Bol. Go ahead.
So, some of my question I think you just answered in what you said to Krishna Kaviraj. But my doubt is we are given this promise that the moment of death, if we remember Krishna, we'll go back to the spiritual world.
Absolutely.
But I don't remember Krishna most of the time, day to day. You know, no matter how well I can be feeling, I would not remember Krishna. And we're not pure devotees, we're endeavoring. And it just feels like without Krishna's mercy, we're not going to remember him at that moment when we leave our bodies. Otherwise, we're just going to come back lifetime after lifetime. I understand we will carry on from where we left off. But it seems that we need Krishna's mercy every single moment to remember him because we're so fallen. I'm so
Yes.
fallen.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You said it because we are not tuned in. We are so much, so many millions and millions and millions of lifetimes. We have been enraptured by the material energy. It's like our necks have become so stiff by turning away from Krishna that to crank it back towards Krishna is like yanking a door that has been tightly shut for 25,000 years, like that towards Krishna. So it's work. It's hard work because our brains, our minds, our mentality, our subconscious, our whole, tendencies are towards the material energy. Bahirmukha. But we want to become Antarmukha. We want to turn towards Krishna, not away from him anymore. We want to keep him in the center and push ourselves. Otherwise, it's all about me, 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 me. But spiritual life is all about he. Who? Krishna, not me. So the more and more we practice putting Krishna in the center, trying to please Krishna. How do we please Krishna? By pleasing Guru. Only by pleasing Guru we can please Krishna. So it's a process. It's a process, Shilpesh Prabhu. Don't worry. Just keep going because we are just like little babies learning to crawl. One day you will be running in Krishna consciousness, Right now we are crawling, but the day will come when you'll be like taking off, like a rocket. So that day will also come, but be patient with yourself. Accept where you are at the moment and tell yourself it's going to get better and better and better. And it does. Krishna consciousness only gets better. This is one guarantee I can give you. Krishna consciousness only gets better. Why? Because we're coming closer and closer to Krishna, who's the source of all happiness, all love, all joy, all peace, all wonderful things. You see? So we can be very assured that as long as we are following the process, I remember Guru Maharaj saying, your future is very bright. Devotee's future is very bright because Krishna is taking personal interest in those who surrender and are following the process. And he makes arrangements for us to come closer and closer to him. Like a loving father, no, not that way. Come this way, come this way. So he guides you and brings you closer and closer. And when we feel that reciprocation, we just become so safe and so secure that we are ready to do anything for Krishna. You see? So it's a relationship. It's a building of a relationship. Krishna is a person. And he hears your prayers. And he answers those prayers. So it's a process. And as we progress, you will find yourself thinking more and more and more about Krishna, because Krishna is like that. He's wonderful. So when you fall in love with Krishna, you'll think about Krishna all the time. Isn't it? Krishna is
Very-
all attractive.
Yeah, there's so many little miracles in our lives, but the doubts and that mindset just kind of, we forget all those little things Krishna sends us along the way to help us. And, sometimes the
Right.
purification is overwhelming as well at times. But then he's always sending us some help. But at the moment, our mind just takes over and we forget about that.
Right. That is why we need association of devotees. That is why we need these daily discussion, because they are like how our bodies need water, our souls need this nourishment. We need this nourishment of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the nectar for the soul, keeping us alive in Krishna consciousness. You see?
Very true, very true. I would be so lonely without this class because I have very, very little contact with outside people, day to day. So this class has been a godsend to me this last over 2 years.
Right.
Absolutely.
Believe me, it's a godsend for all of us. When Guru Maharaj started this in the, COVID happened, and immediately Guru Maharaj swung into action and started the Zoom calls. Boy, it was like a lifeline. I told Guru Maharaj, this is life-giving nectar. These classes are keeping us alive. And that's how it was, because we were all confined. We couldn't meet, we couldn't do anything. We were just locked up. But it was like being under Govardhan Hill with Krishna. And it has been so ever since. Yeah, simply wonderful.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Shilpesh. Yes, we had Rasavilasini and then Amritana. Please go ahead, Rasavilasini.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev and assembled devotees and you. Mataji, actually you are
Please
explaining
accept my
about...
humble obeisances. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev. As you were saying your obeisances, I was thinking about the Dancing Queen song.
Hare
She
Krishna.
is the dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. You should all see Rasavilasini dancing. She dances like one of the gopis, It's so wonderful.
All
Yes, go
glories
ahead,
to you, all
Alexa.
Gurudev Mataji.
Jai.
Mataji, actually you are explaining about the Uttan path. He was so much attached with his wife, and I was hearing the lecture of Prabhupada, like Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.17, and Prabhupada mentioned that mostly he mentioned like we should not attach too much like with husband or wife, like, and in another point, Prabhupada mentioned like women, they are generally equipped with the qualities of passion and ignorance, and man also may be, but man can be elevated to the platform of goodness and woman cannot be. Therefore, if the husband is nice and the woman follows, woman becomes faithful and chaste to be the husband, then their both life becomes successful. So in this just main like man can be elevated to the platform of goodness, but woman cannot be. So if we talk about like Mandodari and Ravana's wife and Hiranyakashipu's wife, they are a devotee, and Hiranyakashipu is a like platform of passion and ignorance. So how can we understand this line, Mataji?
So let's go to 1.3.17. You said that this is there in 1.3.17, right? Srimad Bhagavatam?
Yes, Mataji, but in the translation, Mataji, Prabhupada Bani.
Okay, chapter 3. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Let's share the screen. Okay, let me go to share screen, and in the purport, is that where it is?
Mataji, it's in like transcripts. So you heard like Prabhupada Bani transcripts 1.3.17.
Oh, in Prabhupada Vani.
Yes,
Okay,
Mataji.
so it's not in the Veda base.
No, Mataji.
So in the transcripts, so let's see. Prabhupada Vani.org 1.3.17. Just be a little patient while I pull up the Srimad Bhagavatam. Is that how we go? No, this is coming back to database. Let's go to audio, maybe it is there. Okay, there we go. Srimad Bhagavatam lectures 1-3-17. Canto 1, right? Filter by canto. And then chapter.
3, Mataji.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 1. Does it also give you chapter filter by year? Filter by location? How do I get to 1-3-7?
I just shared the link, Mataji. In chat.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's go straight to that then. That'll make it easy. Thank you. Okay, so here we are. We are in the, can everybody see?
Yes, Mataji. Down.
Down.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Women, they are generally equipped with the qualities of passion and ignorance, and man also may be, but man can be elevated to the platform of goodness. Woman cannot be. Woman cannot be. Therefore, if the husband is nice and the woman follows, woman becomes faithful and chaste to the husband, then their both life becomes successful. There are three qualities generally. So Rajas, Tama, generally that is the quality of woman. And man can become to the platform of goodness. Therefore, is given to the man, not to the woman. Okay, see, this is for, Srila Prabhupada is talking about just in ordinary life. In ordinary life on the material platform, generally women are supposed to be very lusty, they're more rajasic, more tamasic, etc. And so the man can be elevated like that. But here we are talking Krishna consciousness, which is above the three modes of material nature. And Krishna himself declares, Striyo Vaishyas Tatat Shudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim. Even if they be of less intellect, let's go to Bhagavad Gita. I'll share that verse with you. I think it's 932 or 1032. Let me check. 1032. No, that is feminine qualities. I think I'm going on the wrong. No, then it is 932. 9, most confidential knowledge. Let's see. Striyo Vaishyas Tatha Shudras Tepi Yanti. Yeah. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter of me, even though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishya, Shudras can attain the supreme destination. Okay. So it is clearly declared here by the Supreme Lord that in devotional service, there is no distinction between lower and higher class. In material conception of life, there are such divisions. So Prabhupada is explaining on the material conception of life, woman body is considered inferior. It's considered a lower birth, and the man's body is considered a higher birth. Why? Because man can be elevated to the platform of goodness. But devotional service is so strong and guidance of a pure devotee is so strong, there is no discrimination between higher and lower classes of men. Anyone can take to it. So don't worry, you are in a very good position. You are under the guidance of a wonderful spiritual master. Yes, you are in a woman's body, but so what? We can attain the highest platform. Have no fears at all about it. Is that all right?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for telling my task. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Amrita Nam, our brilliant artist. Just yesterday, Amrita Nam, I was thinking about you. I was sitting in front of the deities and I was chanting my rounds. And I was thinking about your artistic abilities and how Guru Maharaj said, if she had decided to, go commercial, she would be a multi-millionaire. I was thinking, thank you, Krishna, that she's using all her talents for you instead of going out into the commercial world and doing all kinds of art out there. So my most humble obeisances and my deep gratitude that you're using your skills for Gurudev. Hari
Yes,
Bol.
thank you, Mataji. I'm glad I'm not into the modern art, which is like same here and there and upside down and all that. So I'm not into that. I'm glad about it. So
Right.
my humble obeisances to you too, Mataji, and all the Vaishnavas. All glories to Guru Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So I think I have a practical question. Uh, when there are many devotees who are in this moment, they're very enthusiastic about doing devotional service, especially during the initial time. So mostly they are like very enthusiastic, and then the problem is, along with the enthusiasm, there's a level of passion also coming along with them. So what happens that when the fluctuations come or the testing time comes, they tend to lose the patience, and the enthusiasm levels start fluctuating. So how do we deal with those kind of devotees? I was just wondering, when we are doing some devotions, and because we need those enthusiasm, we need those devotees, but there's a need for channelization. So how do we do that?
Yes, very good question, because we must be there to help them not to fall off just because they're losing interest or they're feeling discouraged or so on and so on. So this happens. It can happen to us also. It can happen to us at any time. So to guard against that, we must understand that anartha nivritti is a process where we are removing all the dirty, nasty things from the heart. So engaging in bhakti is like stirring up all the things, all the impurities start coming up to the surface. In the beginning, we have a lot of taste. Krishna gives you so much ruchi in the beginning, You're thrilled to come to Krishna consciousness. Wow, there's nothing better than this. I want to distribute books. I want to give lectures. And then we come face to face with our anarthas. Oh my gosh, I didn't know I was like this. And so we don't like to look at that part. We don't like to look at that part which, is unpleasant, which brings us face to face with the anarthas. We see others, they're very steady, 20 years, 30 years. And we think, oh my God, how they can be so steady. I'm already losing it. Right, left, center. How they can be so. And so we become envious sometimes of others, or we become irritated with ourselves and take it out on others. We get angry when others point out that maybe this can be done, on this day, not today, or so. Any little correction, we become upset with others because we think we are so great. So all these things will happen. All these things will happen. And that is why we need mentors. That is why we need guidance. That is why we need someone telling us, hey, you're now on this road, but here are the roadblocks. Here are the pitfalls. Here is something that could happen. Be careful. Don't allow it to derail you. You see? So, mentoring for these young people is a must. Somebody should be their authority. Somebody should be there to guide them. Just like football coach, in the material world, how does the football coach guide all those people? He calls them after every game. He discusses their weaknesses. He discusses their strengths. He encourages them, when they've done a good job. Yeah, you did good. That was a good move. And so on and so on. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness, we all need guidance. We cannot do it without mentor. That's not possible. Otherwise, we are like orphans. We're coming, going, coming, going, coming, going, any little thing, then we stop coming to temple. Then again, after some time, Krishna is attractive, so we come back to the temple. This goes on. So mentoring is very important to protect us, because Maya catches the weak ones, right? Just like in a flock of sheep, the lion is watching whom he catches, the weak, the vulnerable, the little baby, or the slow elderly calf, or sheep or whatever. So we are very vulnerable at all times, but especially in the beginning. Therefore, we need guidance. We need mentoring. Is that answering your question?
Yes, it was almost answered. I was just wondering when we are in the team, okay, and we are so mentor has their roles definitely, but then there are other teams as well. So is that role again played by the team who are leading the team? Am I correct?
Yes, whoever is in charge of the young people has to be very mature, has to be very empathic, has to be very understanding, has to be very encouraging. Remember what Guru Maharaj said, in spiritual life, relationships is based on encouragement. So encouraging them when they come face to face with their anarthas and feel discouraged. I remember one young lady telling me, telling one of my neighbors, "Oh, I'm feeling so inferior. This Mataji did so much nice service. I don't know whether I'll ever come to that level. I'm feeling like I can't go back again because I'll just face all that and think so bad about myself." And then that lady had to tell her, "No, no, don't worry. It isn't like that. We all go through these phases. Initially, we all feel, oh, this person is doing, but they also began like you. At one time, they were also there, just where you are. So don't worry. In time, you will also be able to do things nicely. Don't get discouraged. Don't lose hope. Don't give up like this." So encouragement is essential, and maybe, correcting in a very gentle, very kind way that, yes, I know you felt you didn't do such a good job. Maybe next time you can plan to come 15 minutes earlier so that you have enough time and you're not so rushed. And that way you can do a really nice seva. Small, little tweaks here and there. And you will feel so much better because you've given enough time to it instead of rushing through it. Like this small thing, just like we see, guiding youngsters is like having a child in Krishna consciousness. Just as you guide your little son, "No, no, Ruhan, don't do like that. That's not good." "Oh, good job, Ruhan. You did so good. I'm so proud of you. And I think now you can do even better. Tomorrow you can do 2 poems or whatever it is." Like this, everybody in Krishna consciousness needs that kind of nourishment and nurturing. Without that, it's so hard, so hard, so hard, so difficult. So even if you can do little bit, to guide and help them, Krishna is watching. He will be so pleased that you are helping his child grow in Krishna consciousness. It's a very important seva.
Thank you, Mataji. That really helps.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering I'm just wondering your enthusiasm levels at this age are this much. So I was just wondering when you were 20 years back, how you must have been.
They probably would have thrown me out of the movement for being so rajasic. I was too much, I guess, at that time. That's why Krishna didn't let me come in that time. I was over enthusiastic, maybe, and I would have tried telling everybody what they're doing wrong. I'd have made offenses right, left, center because I thought I knew everything. And next thing you know, when you make so many offenses, finish. Your spiritual life is over.
But Mataji, you have enthusiasm, and taking your enthusiasm in a long way is also a kind of tapasya. That's what I feel, and I think you have got that quality. So I really appreciate. Yeah,
Well,
thank
it
you.
is because of Guru Maharaj. I'm telling you, because Guru Maharaj said enthusiasm means endeavor executed with intelligence in Krishna consciousness. Now, who's giving me that intelligence? Guru Maharaj. Who's giving me direction? Guru Maharaj. So he says also, don't allow your enthusiasm to overtake your intelligence. Because sometimes I get over enthusiastic. I want to do many things and then I overcommit Yes, I will do this also. Yes, I will do that also. And then finally I have to say, oh no, 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 I can't. The times I've said the same thing to two people. How could I be in two places at the same time? Not possible. So sometimes your over enthusiasm can actually, get you into problems. So one has to be very careful, even with enthusiasm. Just, as a caution, I'm saying like that. Guru Maharaj has told me, don't allow your enthusiasm to overtake your intelligence. So I try to guard against that, though I don't always succeed. I'm trying.
Thank you, Mataji. We are
Thank
just
you.
taking
Nice
a
question.
lot of enthusiasm and getting inspired, so that is okay.
Well, I'm inspired and enthused when I am with you all. Honestly, the enthusiasm comes in the association of devotees. You take me out of here and put me back again, I'm back again. Ooh, like this, dull, morose. So I'm very happy to be with you all. And this actually is enthusing for me, association of devotees. So I have to thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Nice question.
Mataji,
You're throwing up such nice questions and really provoking such nice discussions.
yes, Mataji. Thank you so much, dear devotees. And Mataji, I have a question. Like when we are talking about Dhruva's devotion, Dhruva's bhakti, I read in one purport, that purport or somewhere, about Dhruva and Prahlad are in Shantarasa.
Shantarasa.
Hmm.
How?
I don't exactly remember, but I heard like Dhruva and Prahlad are in Shantarasa. That even I was thinking the same, how it can be applied. And
No, no,
because-
no. Prahlad is absorbed in Smaranam.
Hmm.
He has perfected Smaranam of all the, 9 processes of devotional service. How we say so and so is, expert in Dasya is Hanuman, Sakya is Arjuna. So for Smaranam, it is Prahlad Maharaj.
Hmm.
So he is engaging in Smaranam. So why is it Shantaras?
Smaranam is not Shantaras, no?
No. No. Shantara rasa is different from the 9 processes of devotional service.
Ah.
So, yeah. So I'm just saying he's a Mahabhagavat. He's one of the Mahajans. Prahlad, Janaka, Bhishma, Valir, Vaya, Sakhi, Vayam. Swayambhu, Narad, Shambhu is one of the 12 Mahajans. So Shantaras is neutrality. Neutrality means like when Anantadev transforms into the bed, slippers, flute, okay, chamara, whisk, like that. So that is supposed to be Shantaras,
But
neutrality.
sorry, Mataji. But worshipping in on veneration is also Shantaras, right?
Worshipping in awe and with that means Aishwarya Bhav. In Aishwarya Bhav, why is that Shantaras?
That's the secondary rasa, Aishwarya Bhav.
No. We are talking about that. We are talking about primary rasas and secondary rasas. That is the wait a minute. We are confusing Aishwarya Bhav with Shantaras. Shantaras is neutrality. Then you have Dasya, Vatsalya, Prema, Vatsalya, Madhurya is the highest. Vatsalya, Sakya. So these are the 5 rasas. The first one begins with neutrality. That means one is simply passive. And Krishna enjoys that. Okay. So that is neutrality. So why we are confused, why we are mixing up?
So I think I have to do some more research. I'll read about it more and I'll come back to you, Mataji.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like asking question is also confusing me because I was thinking like many Dhruva and Prahlad comes into Shantarasa that I read or heard. So I was thinking how it will be in Shantarasa. Even I was thinking the same. So that's why I was asking you.
Because Prahlad never engaged in anything other than smarana. See, he didn't do deity worship, he didn't do book distribution, but he also did preaching.
Yeah.
Preached to his classmates.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So Prahlad Maharaj was just there was nothing possible because he was the son of a demon.
Mm.
And so, because he heard everything in the womb, he was remembering the Lord constantly. So, he is perfected Smarana, but he also preached
Mm.
to his classmates. So, those are the two activities Prahlad Maharaj carried out. But he could not do direct worship of the Lord. He could not be servitorship of the Lord other than in Smaranam. So I don't know how Shantaras comes into play. Even I will have to read about it. It's quite intriguing.
Yes, Mataji, I'll read more and I'll come back.
Because devotees can have 2-3 rasas.
Mm.
That is also possible. See, like Balaram, he worships the Lord in all 5 rasas.
Mm.
Okay. In neutrality, he is the bed, he's the paraphernalia, etc. Then in Sakha, he is like always accompanying Krishna. Vatsalya, he is the elder brother. Madhurya, he becomes Ananga Manjari. Dasya, he is the servitor godhead who is serving the Lord. So Balaram is worshipping in all 5 rasas.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah. Now I am able to understand. But anyway, I'll read more and I'll come back to you. And one more question I have, I just want to comment, Mataji. So when we are talking about austerity, so in this busy life, or we are not able to do more austerity. So whatever we can, little bit, is that enough, or do we have to be more austere in Krishna consciousness, or like more strict on our austerity like that?
See, austerity increase will automatically happen in the course of practicing your Krishna consciousness. We don't have to force ourselves to a higher level because that's not sustainable. The first austerity we should perform is chanting good rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is the first most important thing. From that, everything else will flow. As Radhanath Maharaj said, the greatest austerity in Kali Yuga, equivalent to standing on one foot in the hot blazing sun, is chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna. So if we can do that one thing nicely, automatically Krishna will purify our hearts from all these, sinful, unlawful tendencies to enjoy the material energy. Automatically, little by little, we will find all these things falling away. We don't have to take extra pains, or push ourselves artificially to some higher level of austerity, which we will not be able to sustain. It must happen naturally. And for that, we sincerely practice the process of Krishna consciousness. We engage in the services that our spiritual master has given us to do. And in the course of doing that devotional service, in the course of hearing about the Lord, in the course of chanting his holy name, in the course of remembering, we are gradually getting more and more purified. Once we get more and more purified, we lose interest. We don't really want to, eat so much or go shopping so much or we do lose interest. We lose interest in those things which we were inordinately interested in before. We lose interest. Why? Because we feel more happy. For example, when I was very young, I used to love buying new clothes and wearing them. This was my great passion when I was a college girl. I used to stitch my own clothes. But after coming to Krishna consciousness, you want to dress up the deities. I remember sewing up the DT dresses and feeling so happy because all of us ladies got together and they were big size DTs. We stitched a whole set of DT clothes for when I was in Mississippi. So you become more enthused to dress up Krishna and Radharani than yourself. You get more enthused to put all beautiful jewelry on them rather than dressing yourself. Because automatically we feel more happy when we make Krishna happy. So we lose interest in all these other things. It will fall away automatically. Of course, you're always welcome to take on more austerities, like say on Ekadashis, I will chant extra rounds, or I will abstain from sweets on this day so that I can focus better and do my seva nicely. Anyone is welcome to take steps which they think will be beneficial, but we shouldn't force ourselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that clear?
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Right now, because I feel like driving to temple for 1 hour is great austerity for me. Like,
Right. It
for
is.
service, yeah, going 1 hour. If it traffic is there, more 15 minutes, 20 minutes more. Almost yesterday evening, it was almost 2 hours. I reached home. So
Wow.
super
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
So
That
some,
is why I think Krishna is arranging that you make a center and one day it becomes temple, so that it's nearby.
yes, Mataji, that's true. Either we have to move near to Kalachanji temple or build a new temple here.
Build a new temple here, more branches all over. Haribol. Krishna
Thank
will
you.
do that sometimes.
Yeah. Dear devotees, any more last minute questions or comments? Amrita Mataji. Oh,
Trupti.
Trupti Mataji.
Sorry,
Hare
just a
Krishna.
follow-up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Trupti. Amrita, we can wait.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Madanvat
Hare
pranam to you.
Krishna.
Madanvat
Right
pranam to
now.
you. And my humble obeisances to Guru Maharaj and all glories to Srila Prabhupada and to all Vaishnavas, my humble pranam and Hare Krishna. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your another yet wonderful, wonderful class with so much insight and the amazing questions from everyone, especially Krishna Kaviraj Maharaj as well. Is one of our associate devotee at our local temple, and he's such a good poet, and his questions are so deeply thought and enlighten us with your answers. So, and yes, what you said about what Radhanath Swami's message is that, yeah, once we perfect our 16 rounds, then we don't have to worry about anything until we do that, I think. Even if you can't do a lot of reading or anything, I'm just talking personally for myself. And just enjoying so much of doing the japa, and that has taken all these other maya and all the attraction from away from, like what you said about clothes and all these buying handbags and all that. That was my all up to I was 55 probably, not when I was young. That was my hobby, and like enjoy that. But after
I'm,
that,
I'm,
as
I'm
soon as
coming. I'm coming to pick a few handbags from you because I need some.
please, I got a whole box. I got a whole box to take it. If anybody wants it, I got a whole box to put it on the side, because I gone off all those things to like to acquire now. I don't need it anymore, kind of thing. And
Right.
losing less and less interest in all those things.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit 60, I just thought, you know what? I think I wasted too much money, too much time, too much energy thinking and looking for it and achieving it and storing it, and I become a hoarder of all the stuff. And now I'm on a process of getting rid of all that. And
Right.
first, unclutter my home, and I have to unclutter my mind, which is with your classes, listening to you, Guru Maharaj, of course, and all these other senior devotees. When you listen to them, and it is uncluttering our minds with all these other doubts and everything what we have in our minds. So thank you very much. And I haven't still got a list of the timetables of your classes in manner.
Oh, I will forward the itinerary to you with
Please.
fifth,
Yeah.
sixth, fifth. I'm doing why is mental
11
and
to
emotional
11:30, I think you said.
yeah,
11 to 12:30.
11 to 12:30. Why is mental and emotional health important for spiritual life? And then sixth is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 15. Eighth is Shrimad Bhagavatam 3, 9, 32.
Okay.
Those two are in the temple, and the first one is in Haveli.
Yeah, I will be attending the 5th and 8th, but the 6th I cannot, because I have to
Yeah, you
attend
told
some
me.
puja
Right.
somewhere. But I can't wait to see. I've been telling everybody that Sridevi Mataji is coming.
You know,
It's like
I
Santa
really,
Claus is coming to the town. Sridevi Mataji is coming to the town. Please
well,
come and enjoy her nectar. I've been telling everybody.
don't get your hopes up because I will severely disappoint you. I'm
No
not so
chance.
learned. Honestly, I sometimes worry that maybe my God family, loves me so much. That's why they're saying nice things. In reality, I know very little Mataji. And only whatever Guru Maharaj says, whatever, 1 millionth of it which sticks in my head, that's all I say. I don't have any knowledge really worth speaking. There's so much for me reading to do. I'm only Bhakti Shastri. I have not done Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma. There are many speakers. They know so much scripture. They know so much literature. They know so much. I'm nowhere there. I'm just a little ant trying to serve Guru Maharaj. That's all. I don't know
Well,
anything, to be honest.
we are the probably millionth of the proportion of that. So what with Guru Maharaj blessing, so a lot more, and you sharing it with us and enlightening us. So we thank you so much. I'll let the other devotees to ask their questions. Probably they have a better question than me. Then my questions are never that brilliant. But thank you,
I
Haribol, Hare
thank
Krishna.
you. I can honestly say whatever little bit I know is because of Guru Maharaj. That's all.
Yes,
Honestly.
yes.
Yeah.
His
Thank
blessings.
you.
Yes, thank you, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Look forward to seeing you all too.
Yes.
Haribol.
Here also, I already started advertising Mataji, like Sridevi Mataji is coming.
See, this is what I worry. People will think, oh, some great scholar is coming, and then they see me. I hardly know anything. My level is just Bhagavad Gita, bas, finish. I don't know anything of Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't know anything of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I don't know anything of, Bhagavad, Brihad Bhagavatamrita and all those great literatures. I'm just a simple little devotee who knows very little. But because Guru Maharaj has told me to give class, that's why I'm giving class. So don't, hype it up. Just say Mataji is just basic level.
Hare
You are
Krishna.
not this body, you are spirit soul. Bas.
Right, Mataji, also in the
Hare
basic
Krishna,
level.
Mataji. We need that basic little tiny class only, Mataji. Okay, Hari Bol.
Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Bas. 4 things. Only 4 things I know.
That's enough,
You're not
Mataji.
this body, your spirit soul. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's all I can keep repeating. Finished. Yeah, go ahead.
Nothing, Mataji. Thank you so much for such a wonderful class and nice discussion. So if there are no more questions, Amritana Mataji, you were about to say something. Sorry, I missed.
Yeah, I just wanted Trupti to get a chance. That's why I said Amrita Nam can wait. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, Madhu, no, not a problem. I was just was trying to make a follow up on what Srimati Mataji said. So, as my little understanding is, Shantaras is basically the paraphernalia of the Lord, and serving as the paraphernalia of the Lord, and also the trees and all, they are in the Shantaras.
Yes, correct.
So, and as far as the Aishwarya Bhav, I'm wondering, even I am confused, even I had to research a little. The Aishwarya Bhav, when I think, is it a secondary mellow? Or it comes under Dasya Bhav also, it comes under the Vatsalya Bhav also.
No,
It comes under
it comes under Dasya. It comes under Aishwarya Bhav is Dasya because it is the mood of Vaikunta where all the devotees are worshipping Lakshmi Narayan in awe and reverence. There is no intimacy. The Lord is supreme. I am his servant, and we all worship him in awe and reverence. That is Vaikunta Bhav, Aishwarya Bhav. But Madhurya, Krishna is my son. Krishna is my friend. Krishna is my lover. Krishna is my sakha. So there is intimacy. They don't see Krishna as God. They don't see Krishna as superior. He is their level or even inferior. In the sense that Yashoda and Nanda, this is my little son. I'm going to chastise him. I'm going to tie him up. He's very naughty. So that Vatsalya Ras, there the servitor thinks Krishna is dependent on him. for protection, for proper food, for proper sleep, like Yashoda Maya. So that is intimacy. That intimacy is not there in in Vaikuntha planets, because there it is awe and reverence. That is why Gopakumar, he could not be satisfied there, because he was missing that intimacy as a cowherd boy. And so he came back again to Vrindavan and then attained Golok Vrindavan. So we want Madhurya, because Aishwarya is not so satisfying to the soul. But there are some souls who will go to Vaikuntha because they want to worship the Lord in that mood, and that's perfectly all right. Sri Sampradaya, they worship in Aishwarya. Yeah, in awe and veneration. So their destination is Vaikuntha.
Yeah, we see that prominently in the Sri Sampradaya. Yeah. So what about the queens of Dwarika? If we talk about they are in the Madhurya Bhav as well, the Swakiya Bhav, right? So isn't that combined with the Aishwarya Bhav? I was just wondering that.
Yes, you're right. Who are these queens of Dwaraka? They are expansions of the gopis. But because Krishna is king in Dwaraka, he is Raja, he is supreme. So his queens also worship him in that mood of Aishwarya, awe and reverence. So therefore, Krishna is intimate in Vrindavan. He's sweet, sweeter and sweetest. Dwaraka, Mathura, Vrindavan. So Krishna has different moods, different devotees, devotees worship in different moods in different places. In Dwaraka, he is king. So the mood is Aishwarya. That is why Krishna sometimes cries, "Oh Subala, oh Sridama," and he remembers the gopis, and the queens are wondering, why is he crying out their names? Why is he remembering? Because he is missing that sweetness. Krishna cries in Dwaraka for the gopis, because the gopis are his heart. The gopis' love is so sweet, and it has captured Krishna. So even in Dwaraka, he's missing them and calling out. He sometimes cries in his sleep, remembering the gopis. And the queens are asking, who are these people Krishna is crying for?
Yes, that's how we got Jagannathji as the
Yes.
deity.
Right. Absolutely. Correct. Correct.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Mother. Thank you very much.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nice question. You guys are full of such wonderful questions. I have to now go and read up about Shantaras, Aishwarya Bhav. It's a stimulus actually to read up more.
Yeah, we'll also read more, Mataji.
Yes. This is the point of discussion, churning the nectar, getting more and more. See, we need to get more and more deep into the philosophy, because this is our protection against Maya. If we don't do this research, we'll do other research on the internet. Oh, what is happening? Oh, political turmoil. Oh, let me look at this. This is my problem, I'm easily captured by whatever is happening, because I want to know. I have a very inquiring mind. So if something is there on the internet, immediately I want to research it. But that is a complete waste of time. It's better to do research into Krishna's pastime than all the nonsense pastimes of politicians and all, because this is all complete nonsense.
Sorry. Okay, thanks, Mataji. Thank you so much. So, dear devotees, thank you so much. We'll meet you again tomorrow with another class. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva
Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. My
Bye.
dear family, please pray for me, because I have this tour coming up now, preaching tour, and I'm thinking to myself, my gosh, I'm going to go and talk what? So please pray for me that I don't let Guru Maharaj down, and I don't make a complete fool of myself, that I'm able to prepare nicely and do my seva nicely. I humbly request you to pray for me.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. You will be perfectly fine. Just pour your heart out to us, and we are all in London waiting for you. So please come and just bless us with all your knowledge and wisdom. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, my dear sister. your encouragement gives me a lot of strength and courage because I'm really a really tiny ant. I'm not, when I see all the great speakers here in Mayapur, honestly, I'm not telling you just like that. I'm honestly telling you, I'm not so well informed or well read or scholarly. I'm not such a great pandit as many people here. And so please pray for me.
I will.
Hare
I'm actually
Krishna.
trying to stay in the ashrama for 3 days because I've stayed there before. So that way I can be close to all the other speakers and listen and take, because I don't have to drive up and down, up and down. So I'm in arrangement with that. So let's see, with Krishna's mercy might happen.
Wonderful. I will have you in the Mataji's ashram then. Great.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Srimati, for holding the fort for all of us and always making arrangements that somehow we all meet, somehow keeping Guru Maharaj's desire always alive in your heart and just doing what you can do with all the constraints you have. I'm so grateful for all of you because each one of you are doing such tremendous seva to serve Guru Maharaj. I'm very grateful for that. My humble obeisance.
Absolutely.
We want to expand our team also. If anybody interested, please message me to serve Guru Maharaj.
Absolutely.
Gauri Priya contacted me and I told her to contact you, saying that she wants to do some seva for you, Srimati, via
Okay.
these calls.
I was going to contact.
Okay, great,
I was
Mataji.
thinking today after the class to contact you.
Sure. Thanks, Mataji. Please, we'll talk. Thank you.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada.
Ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai.
When will you come,